It was a nail-biter at Wake Forest. We'll recap the best moments from the game. Plus, analyst Joe Yock has a little pep talk for Liberty football.
Plus, we'll share the story of LU linebacker Aakil Washington and catch up with Flame alum Darren Jackson. This is Flame Central, and it starts now.
Week 3 of the college football season was not short on drama for the Liberty Flames. More on that in just a bit. But first, we'd just like to welcome you into our palatial Flame Central studios. Alongside Emily Austin, I'm Matt Warner.
Matt, we have a Malik Willis sighting. Okay. We'll touch on that shortly, but we have to start with Liberty on the road at Wake Forest. I'm still not over it.
Yeah, none of us are. Liberty traveled to number 18, Wake. They were a more than 2-touchdown underdog, but the bright lights of an ACC venue didn't seem to affect the Flames too much. Having said that, things didn't start out great for LU on the night. Not as good as they would have hoped. Wake Forest and their potent offense jumping out to a 13-3 lead. But then the Flames would get a little bit of a spark, and it would come on special teams. Jerome Jolly blocking the punt for a safety. But even with that, Liberty trailed 20-8 at the half. Second half, the ground game got going. Caden Salter and Day-Day Hunter each reeled off 43-yard touchdown runs in the third quarter. Hunter finished with 93 rushing yards on the game, while Salter chipped in with 77. Jump to the fourth quarter now. Liberty down 30-23. Salter would do what he does best, make a play when things break down. He would find his favorite target, Demario Douglas, for the 38-yard score to knot things up at 30-all. Wake Forest would answer with the score of their own, so it would be do-or-die time for the Flames. And on fourth down, with under 2 minutes to go, Salter throws one intended for Caleb Snead, but somehow it ends up in the hands of Demario Douglas. An incredible play for the score, great awareness by Douglas to snatch it. And then it was the biggest decision of the night. Hugh Freeze electing to go for 2 instead of kicking the game-tying extra point. An aggressive play that unfortunately wouldn't go the Flames' way. C.J. Yarbrough tackled well short, and Liberty falls in a heartbreaker, 37-36. A great showing on the road against a top 20 team, but the Flames suffer their first loss of the season.
I mean, it hurt, but I'm proud of my team. Never gave up, you know. A big team we played against, and everybody stepped up. We had Scruggs out, and, defense stepped up, Q stepped up. So, and I'm proud of this team.
I'm just proud of the way our kids fought, and they just showed such resiliency and just continue to fight. Top 20 team in the country, and, we could have easily walked out of here with a win tonight. So really proud of our kids.
Not the result the Flames wanted, but still a remarkable performance against the number 18 team in the country. After a close contest like that, players and coaches can get a little down and bummed out. But not to worry. Football analyst Joe Yock is here for your motivation on this week's Flame Central podcast.
My Liberty pep talk right now is, if you want to be able to compete at the highest level and you want to be able to move forward and play these games that are coming down the road, then you can never take a step back.
Yeah.
You can never take a week off and say you're either getting better or you're getting worse. You're not staying the same. So this is a game where emotionally Liberty has to regroup themselves, have a great week of practice, and come out and execute even better than what they did in the Wake Forest game. You got to continue to get better each and every week. There are no step back. You got to move forward, and you got to have a great game on Saturday.
Hey, check out the podcast this week. I think you'll enjoy it. All right, we stay on the gridiron now. Redshirt sophomore Akil Washington is a quiet guy off the field, but he finds a way to create noise on it. After starting his career on the defensive line this season, he made the move to linebacker, and his relationship with co-defensive coordinator Josh Aldridge might have something to do with the position change.
First big play to me was against NC State.
3rd down 8 for NC State. Butler showing blitz for Liberty, and here comes a blitz. Hockman under pressure. He will go down at the 5-yard line. Akil Washington gobbles him up.
It was my first college sack, and I knew there was more to come. I didn't even know how to react. Like my celebration, I just looked up and pointed up, and I can't explain the feeling. It felt awesome. I love the feeling of that.
Try to put that one back. This one doesn't have cheese.
Akil Washington is a pretty laid-back guy. He isn't necessarily the center of attention off the field, but on it, that might be a different story.
So growing up, I was kind of really shy, and when I turned 5, I started playing football, and I guess it was kind of like my outlet, kind of. Like when I would make plays and everybody would cheer, and it kind of just made me feel like I was, not really an attention thing, but like I was doing something. I wasn't just in the background just being shy and stuff. So it kind of like brought light to me, and I like that feeling like when you make a play and everyone's just, ooh, yeah, it makes me feel good, yeah.
He's heard plenty of those cheers the last few seasons, making big plays on the defensive side of the ball for Liberty.
It was Aakil Washington that got his hand in.
But how he ended up on the mountain wasn't a done deal coming out of his junior high school season.
My D-line coach, Coach Brady, he's one of my favorite coaches. I love him a lot. I think he was friends with Coach Aldridge.
They raved about his leadership. They raved about how hard he played. Watched the film, and it was good, but something looked a little off. And come to find out, he played his whole junior year with a broken foot. So on tape, he's actually out there playing with one foot.
Eventually, Akil would get healthy and get offered a scholarship to play Division I football for Liberty University.
I didn't really know much about Liberty at the point. When I came here, it felt like I was at home. I really felt the love that all the staff and the coaches have for you. And I just like the culture here a lot. And I know they wanted to grow you as people for Christ, and that was a big thing for me. That's really why I came here.
The second part is average to the ball.
An added bonus was his close relationship with Coach Josh Aldridge, who was leading the defensive line at the time.
Yeah, Akil, same thing. You're clicking your hip. You're like running off the ball instead of come out your hips. You got me go again.
And that bond has grown even stronger through the years.
He's kind of like my dad here a little bit. I like Coach Aldridge because he's super hard on me. I love when coaches are hard on me.
Here we go, Akil, set, good.
Just keep it 100 with me and everything, and he doesn't like to beat around the bush. He like just tells me how it is, and that's how I like being coached.
Good, stop, good, don't jump.
It's not every day that you're the lead recruiter on a guy that you also are coaching. I was the one that got to sit in his home just to see and know exactly where he's coming from. It's been very rewarding for me, you know. I can just tell that our bond has gotten tighter as he's grown because there's a lot of trust there.
So much trust that when Aldridge was named the co-defensive coordinator and switched position groups from D-line to linebackers, he brought Akil with him.
A lot of the coaches are like, you should move to linebacker. And everyone was talking about like moving me to linebacker when I first got here. And people were telling me that in a meeting, all the coaches said that, and Coach I was like, no, he's not. I want to coach him. I'm not letting him move to linebacker.
Well, selfishly, I do enjoy coaching him, so that was good. But no, not entirely that. The linebacker transition was more so just how can we get the best players on the field at the same time. I knew it would be an easy transition for him.
And so far, it has been.
Good job by Akil Washington there on the edge.
That development is showing in other areas as well. Earlier this season, the team voted Akil to the Culture Council as the leader of the linebackers.
And that's why you're here tonight, because I value your opinion. I'm going to need you.
But more importantly, he's also seeing growth off the field, which circles back to his original decision of coming to Liberty.
You might brush to the side and then you kind of mess up the whole plan you had. So before coming to Liberty, I wouldn't say my faith was like all the way there, and I think this school has opened my eyes a lot. A lot of the people here that have helped me grow my relationship with God, and I'm pretty sure I've got saved since I've got here. Where it's changed my life a lot, just dedicating all I do to God and glorify Him in everything I do and put Him first. That's probably the biggest thing that I've changed, and with that, it changes so much other stuff in your life, and I can't even explain like how much it's changed my life.
So today, when that shy, reserved Akil Washington is making plays for the Flames, it has a little more meaning as he soaks in all those cheers.
From Akil Washington, just rode his back and destroyed him at the 35-yard line.
Just a great story produced by our Emily Austin. Great job by you. Seems like he's grown a lot into his role and to who he is as a person, and maybe he's even kind of found another family in the Aldridges, it seems like.
Yeah, when I was messaging Coach Aldridge's wife, Jessica, she was sending me all these amazing pictures and videos of their kids, Braxton and Nora, just You can just see the love that they have for Akil. But yeah, they've definitely, without a doubt, made an impact in his growth on and off the field.
Yeah, so cool to see that relationship and to watch him continue to get better and better on the field as well. All right, we stay on the gridiron now. Former Liberty quarterback Malik Willis got a thrill on Monday night. Probably didn't enjoy the final score, but did enjoy the opportunity to take the field for the first time in an NFL regular season game for the Titans. He became the first quarterback in the 2022 class to play this year. And while the stats weren't necessarily eye-popping, it was still a good first step in what is a very promising career.
No doubt about that. All right, to the pitch. After tying with Stetson, the Lady Flames continued conference play, hosting FGCU. Let's pick it up in the second. No score. Take a look at this play. Bridie Herman lays it up for Sadie Olin, who gets a foot on it and puts it away for the first goal of the game. Then a few minutes later, Meredith King gets taken down, so that will lead to a penalty kick. McKinley Burkett buries it, literally. And then the Lady Flames get the shutout, 2-0.
All right, Liberty Volleyball hosted another tournament this past weekend. The Lady Flames would go 2-1, beating Radford and Eastern Michigan while falling to Coppin State. Trinity Watts, no surprise, was named the tourney's best attacker, averaging 3.4 kills per set. This event concluded the non-conference portion of Liberty's schedule as they now turn their sights to ASUN play. All right, after the break, Rhett McGibbon joins us in studio with an all-new Warm, Hot, and Fuego.
Plus, former Flame Darren Jackson has been on quite the coaching journey. Find out where the Lord has led him coming up next.
On this mountain stands a legacy. 50 years of miracles, of mountaintop moments. One mission from the start, training champions for Christ. On this mountain, our flames burn brightly. We have a culture of academic excellence, unified in Christ and authentic community. Though we come from different paths and places, the same fire burns in all of us. And 125,000 strong, we cheer each other on around the stadium and around the world. On this mountain, our intensity lights up the night. We coach forward, push onward, honoring Christ in every sphere of our lives. We serve, give, and volunteer, grateful for all that we have been given. For 50 years, Liberty University has stood united in our mission. On this mountain, we train champions for Christ.
Where you train is where you learn how to say, I know this. I've done this. I've got this. I'm ready. So you can surpass expectations when they say you're hired. At Liberty University, you'll train in world-class facilities as you prepare for a world-class career.
We should go to the beach and just sit there and do LUA. No. My name is Chris Jordan.
My name is Jennifer.
One of the benefits of LUOA when we were investigating it versus perhaps a private school or something is the cost and accessibility. You know, is if you have access to the internet, you can get right on and do this at any time.
I think too that, like we were talking about, the teachers being able to contact you and say like, hey, you're behind, or if you do need some extra help with this, and they're very willing to help you do whatever you can to get back on track. Not that it ever happened with our kids, but you know, most definitely happened.
You know, for our family, not only was the pandemic going on and the whole world shifting around, we moved in the middle of that, moved from one state to another state, but we didn't skip a beat when it came to the schooling. And so the flexibility of LUA was an exceptional option for us.
Welcome back to Flame Central. From a young age, former Liberty walk-on Darren Jackson had a perfect plan for his life, but didn't realize God's plan may look a little different. He may have taken an early setback and made quite a few coaching stops across the country, but Coach Jackson knows now the Lord has led him right where he needs to be.
Every day we make choices. Some choices are simple, others more complex. But all choices have consequences.
I wanted to be around football.
Darren Jackson had his career completely planned out. Play Division I football, then be a coach.
I was going to be a high school coach at a Christian high school.
Darren had a plan, but so did God, and his plan began revealing itself in high school.
I was having a pretty good game. I had already had 2 interceptions. Coming out of halftime, on the kickoff, nobody touched me. Boom, just ACL torn.
Darren's high school football career came to an end, and so too did any college scholarship opportunities.
There was a low point, and I was like mad, frustrated. God, why are you doing this to me? What did I do? Why me? But God always does things for a reason. You want to question it, but you know not to question it because he knows what he has in mind. What his plan and will is for you is going to set you up for success.
Darren's knee would heal and he would be given the opportunity to play football again, even if it meant starting at the bottom.
Some people are like, oh, walk on, but hey, you know your limits and you know where you fit in at and you know where you help the team at. And I was very, fortunate and happy for the opportunity to be a walk-on for sure.
Darren was enjoying his time at Liberty, but his grades began to suffer.
I was not a scholar. I was average at best, and so my grades started slipping, and so I didn't get what I needed to get for eligibility for football.
Darren would transfer out of Liberty, get his grades in order, return to Liberty, graduate, and even get married. He would then join the coaching carousel. First stop, the apprentice school.
I'm the linebackers coach, and I am green. These young men, they're working a full-time job at a trade school, taking classes, and then playing college football at the same time. After my 3rd year, I ended up getting a job at University Christian.
Darren would serve as a science teacher and a linebackers coach. He would even help guide University Christian to a state championship.
I realized that I love kids and I love coaching, but I don't know if the classroom setting is for me, which is nothing wrong with that.
Next stop, Trinity Bible College.
I'm getting calls left and right. Don't take this job. You don't want to go up there. They haven't been successful. You realize they lost to Rockford University. That's one of the worst losses in college history. Sure, you want to head up there. And I said, I believe in myself. I believe in God giving me this opportunity. And, I'm going to coach those young men up. I get into the first team meeting. 32 kids walk in there. We finished that season at 4-7, and you're okay, it is a losing season, but that's a win when you're coming into the season with 32 players, for sure.
When the season ended, Darren was on the move again, heading back east to Campbellsville University. But as soon as he arrived, Liberty called.
Finished out spring at Campbellsville, didn't even unpack a box. We packed the truck back up and we head to Liberty. It was great. They acknowledged that I had been a head coach before. They asked me questions about how I did things at the school I was at as a head coach.
Darren would spend 2 seasons at Liberty learning new skills and philosophies before hitting the road again. He and his family would crisscross the country a few more times before settling in Sterling, Kansas. Darren is now the head football coach at Sterling College and believes there's no doubt his time at Liberty helped mold him into the coach he is today.
Being around them and using all their philosophies and how they coach has been very great in how I operate with my team.
Off the thing, come on, big dog. There you go.
And just understanding how to be a professional. But not just a professional, but a Christian coach in the profession. Don't put your Christianity on the back burner when you touch the field. That's where all the eyes are on you.
Make that separation as you're going, getting better.
If I didn't tear my ACL, who knows where I would have ended up at.
Good, 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 good.
It was a downfall that turned into a blessing for sure.
A blessing that took Coach Darren Jackson on a journey with God guiding him every step of the way. Oh, it's a great story. Our John Pratt put that together, right? You and I got gotten to know Coach Jackson a little bit. Great guy. Best of luck to him out there at Sterling College. All right, we turn now to Warmont and Fuego. That's why Rhett's here.
That's right.
He's kind of Mr. Infuego. That's what we call him around the office. All right, do we have a theme this week?
Yeah, gum flavors. Ooh. You know, like I was just kind of thinking in the car right here.
Something to chew on this week.
Exactly.
I like it. I like it. All right, so let's start off with our warm athlete.
Right.
Who is that?
Bethany Dykema. When you think of her, you're kind of thinking of those ice cubes, the peppermint.
I remember with the little crystals in it.
Yeah. Super cool. You know, that's what she is like on the back end for women's field hockey.
Yeah.
Super cool. Never seems to get too rattled. And then she is the key piece when it comes to penalty corner. She inserts the ball, right? Yeah. But then what they've started to do is they bring her on the back door and they'll feed it right back to her. She's got a powerful shot. You saw it right there. She's just hammering it home. Georgetown had no answer for her. 2 goals and an assist on the day, 5 points overall, and she was just dominating on both ends. Defensively, she was great. Offensively, she was getting it done. The senior, so much fun to watch this season. The Dykemas just have that, that legacy here at Liberty Field Hockey.
Yeah, there's been a lot of them that come through Liberty, and they've all been really, really good. All right, we go from warm to hot. Who we got?
It's Demario Douglas. I'm kind of running into a problem here, and that is Demario could be in this list each and every week, I feel like. So I'm going to have to
We're going to have to give him the Malik Willis treatment at some point.
Yeah. That's 100% what I was
thinking.
Once
a month, Demario, that's it.
I know. But juicy fruit, it's going to move you. That's what I think of when Demario Douglas. This guy, he's just all over the place. Like, you're starting to, when you hear other coaches praise you at the end of a press conference, eyes are on you. And sure enough, the way he's playing, the way he can dictate the game on special teams, and then in the slot, his speed, and how he can also be used as a vertical threat, you're starting to think NFL teams are keeping an eye on this guy. Like, no doubt about it. He's going to be so fun to watch in the future, I think, in NFL years, but then you think, we got him here at Liberty for a little bit longer, too. This guy is just so dynamic. Again, 2 touchdowns against Wake Forest and their staunchy defense, so good for him.
Now, unlike juicy fruit that loses its taste in like 30 seconds, Demario's at his best in the fourth quarter. He actually lasts throughout the game, so we appreciate that. All right, finally in Fuego, Rhett, who we got?
Ahmad Walker. This guy, linebacker, icebreakers, hot cinnamon. Ooh. Not just cinnamon, hot cinnamon. This guy coming in hot. Like, I go back to that first home game against UAB, he had that punch out from behind, and then he had 2 sacks against Wake. When he comes to hit you, he's not coming to give you a love tap. This guy is putting the hurt down on you. You knew last year as a freshman, he had a lot of promise, and he has developed nicely, and they've done a great job with him. He is a difference maker on the back end. You see him being a leader of the defense coming in the future years. Like, again, just his second year making this kind of impact that early on. So much fun to watch, and I love the fact that Coach Aldridge and company have these guys just hitting hard, hitting to hurt.
My only complaint, Rhett, is you could have gone with Big Red for Bethany Dykema with the red hair. That seemed like the no-brainer there. But other than that, I loved it, Rhett. Great job as always. All right, hey, still to come, we put Liberty football players on the hot seat, and we're talking about their chef skills. That and a Flames fantasy update when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
Does education mean a room with 4 walls, a desk, and a PowerPoint lecture?
Or is it something bigger?
What if it's the people beside you, 1 chair away or 1 ocean away?
What if it's the chance to learn from your mistakes, as well as your victories?
And the push to keep going either way. What if it's the freedom to reach for bigger things without missing the little ones in between?
For each of us, education looks a bit different.
Because we're each a bit different.
But at Liberty, we think education might just mean something big enough for all of us.
That's Liberty to us.
What will Liberty be to you?
At the fence, leaping! Wow!
welcome back to Flames Central. Every few weeks, we put some Liberty football players on the hot seat and ask a very intense, very serious question.
That's right. This week, that fire is coming from the kitchen, quite literally, with some of these answers, because this week's hot seat question is, what is your signature dish?
I cook. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not no chef.
Not a good cook. Signature dish is fajitas.
Oh, French toast.
Some chicken tenders and French fries.
French toast.
I learned this in high school, so I would say it's called a pig in a blanket is what you call this.
I get it on the Blackstone griddle and make nice fajita vegetables, and it's delicious.
I'll say I cook eggs, bacon, and cinnamon rolls faithfully.
Anybody that tries my French toast is like, bruh, this is the best thing I ever had.
So you put the egg and you make a hole in the toast, and then you just fry it on the pan. Oh my, and syrup and some pepper. Oh my God, I can make that all day.
Me, I'm a steak and lobster type of guy with some lobster mac or something, you know.
Guess eggs.
It's a simple dish, you know, don't get me wrong, but there's something small that I do.
One ingredient, you just need the eggs, and then you crack them in the pan and scramble them up when they're in there.
I mean, I'm pretty simple. I like maybe just like a good steak.
May not be the best, but I enjoy salmon.
Add some butter, maybe some salt and pepper, that's about it.
Probably mashed potatoes.
No one can make French toast like me.
Then you could just like make a bagel and have a sandwich.
Maybe a salad too, like a side salad.
I'm gonna make the best chicken tenders and French fries.
The best French toast in the world. I go to restaurants every single day. There's no French toast that tastes like mine.
Some well-done steak with a cold glass of water.
It's not an ingredient, it's a step.
Yeah, that's my signature dish.
That's my dish, but hey, or it's gonna be Roman noodles. I ain't gonna count.
We got to get some of that French toast.
Yeah, I'm really interested on what the secret step is that he does, but scared to ask. All right, now to a serious matter, our Flames Fantasy League. Listen up, before I left for vacation, I was in first place. I should have known when I got back, I would not be in first place. What happened?
It was only a matter of time. Take a look. Emily, Joe Yock, myself competing in the Flames Fantasy League. You can see the players we drafted prior to the season. And you can see that I've now moved into first place by a single point over Emily. Yeah, that's right. Thanks to a great week from linebackers Mike Smith Jr. and Ahmad Walker. Order has been restored. I'm finally back where I belong.
However, it still has plenty of time.
Long way to go. Hey, don't forget, check out our website, libertyflamecentral.com, for any stories that you might have missed.
And download our Flame Central podcast. For Matt, I'm Emily. We'll see you right back here next week.